We heard you in the comments. You want even more heat, you want even more flavors.
This is not a typical color of a crab boil. Alright, so today we are trying the Red Lobster boil in a bag, boil crab bag, crab boil bucket. Now I have my fingers crossed because this place only has 2.5 stars. So I hope it's not gross and the service is decent. But I'm excited. People have been saying that it's good, especially with them coming out with a new seasoning pack.
So we're turning it up with your choice of original, spicy, and extra spicy.
So we shall see. All right. Here is so long. Ooh. Hello, just for one. Yeah. Sure. Are these takeable?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I was making my way to my table, and I have not been in Red Lobster in so long. So I was just assessing the scene, assessing the vibe, the colors, the feeling. It was all very nostalgic. Thank you. Ooh. Thanks.
Just having a little lunch today.
Yeah, this for myself.
Okay. Yeah, but I see you looking at that. But yeah, this is a little new thing that they just added, like
The spice levels.
spice level.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. We're here at Red Lobster, but I'm probably gonna have to do a voiceover the whole time because the music is extremely loud. So the music was extremely loud, and I did not want to risk any copyright issues. So here I am looking at the seafood boils. Again, they came out with more spice levels and a new flavor, which was Old Bay and Parmesan, I believe. So I was looking at this menu, trying to assess what I wanted to get, and I typically just wanted to compare it to a normal seafood boil or bag in a boil, which comes with typically Cajun or some kind of mix of sauces. They also had two different types of boils. One was called the Mariner's Boil and one was called the Sailor's Boil. The Mariner's Boil included more stuff and the Sailor's Boil was pretty bare bones, as you can see on the menu here. And the Sailor's Boil is $34.99.
Hi, welcome in.
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. My name is Julie. I'll be taking care of you.
Okay, cool.
Want a drink?
I guess.
We got Pepsi products, iced tea, lemonade.
Arnold Palmer?
Arnold Palmer?
Yeah.
Of course, I'll be back with that.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
So I ended up going with the Mariner's Boil, which included the snow crab and the lobster. I did go with Cajun flavor, original spice. I didn't get the heat this time just because I wanted to see what the flavors tasted like without any additives, typically comparing it to a regular crab boil that I would get elsewhere. I would get a spice, but this time I just wanted to see what their spice was tasting like. Now this biscuit. These biscuits are not as good as I remember. Oh no. Oh damn. This is with unsweet tea. Ew. That's not good. So at this point, I was literally 2 for 2. The biscuits were dry. They did not taste good. Like, it felt thick. And the Arnold Palmer that I ordered was not good either. I don't know if she didn't have any sweet tea. It was just so bland. I was starting to get a little upset at this point. We'll come back when the food's here. The moment had arrived. The food was here. It came with a typical bib and gloves and crackers, which Red Lobster already has for their other items. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little skeptical based off the color alone, but I decided to proceed anyway and get myself together. If you see me bouncing here, the table was so high, even with my camera. I was just trying to get comfortable. It was tough to do that. So anywho, I just proceeded to put on my gloves and see if looks can be deceiving and eat the crab boil anyway, despite it being brown. And as I get a close up here, you can see this is not a typical color of a crab boil. It's brown, almost like a seafood slurry or gravy. So I was just looking, smelling. The smell wasn't off-putting. It was different. It had like some kind of tinge of lemon, some weird kind of smell. It's a different kind of... This shrimp is extremely small. So as I was eating, the smell was getting more and more engulfed in my nose. It was such a strong smell of lemon, and I ordered the Cajun flavor. I just proceeded to eat anyway, but even the size of the shrimp, as you can see in the other clip, threw me off. It was small. Okay.
Everything okay here so far?
Yeah, yeah, thanks. I hated to have lied to the waitress. Everything was not okay. My brain was literally in that SpongeBob meme mode where I'm trying to figure out, where can you call this an authentic crab boil? The vibe I was getting as I was eating and tasting different things was there were some things just thrown in here and put into a bag. I do not believe everything was cooked directly from the bag. It seemed like they grabbed other items that they cook with other things on their menu and threw them on the bag. The corn was bearable to eat because the flavor went well with the corn, but not with the seafood. I don't know about the seasoning on meat. The sweet corn helps. Even when I bit one of the potatoes, it had tasted like the potatoes had already been cooked maybe a couple hours ago. It did not taste like it was a fresh potato cooked from the boil in the bag. So that doesn't constitute an actual boil in the bag. It's different, for sure. So I was trying to remain hopeful, as I did just spend $50 on this bag to have lobster and snow crab, which is a deal, I guess, if you think about it. But I'm not a lobster person, so this wasn't a good review for me to try lobster. But I was trying to remain hopeful. It's just the flavor was so off-putting, I couldn't even describe. It was almost like a buttery, lemony, garlicky flavor, but it did not match with what was in the bag itself. This is giving like knockoff crab boil. So I did pay $50. So I just decided to eat the corn and the crab legs. The crab legs didn't have a lot of the seasoning on it, so it was bearable for me to eat. The potatoes were not good. They were mushy. The shrimp was too small. It seemed like the shrimp came from their shrimp scampi meal. The lobster, I'm not a lobster person. There was no sausage in here. This was not an authentic crab boil. They literally just took other items from their menu, put it in a bag, and called it a boil in a bag. So for context, later that week, I ended up going to an actual place that had crab boil bags. You see the size of the shrimp. The potatoes were soft. Even I had sausage. I had corn, and this is a house blend of all the spices that they have. It was still a basic flavor profile, but you can see the color on this crab boil in the bag. Everything was fresh, crab legs covered. This I consider a real crab boil in a bag. If you zoom in on the spice level, it's red, not brown. That was not good. Unfortunately, I left disappointed and minus $70 because I still tipped. Alright guys, I could not wait to get outside. Let's give it a rating. That was not good. I got Cajun butter. I didn't get any spice. The flavor on that was so weird. I could only eat the corn and the crab legs. The potatoes were soft. The shrimp were little. Guys, it was not giving real crab boil. It was not. I spent $70 and it was nasty.